Good morning and welcome to Los Angeles, California. It is a beautiful day, partially because we're standing here with the 2020 Audi RS-Q8. This is the first time that Audi has been able to bring a RS SUV to the United States. And look what they brought. This is a special vehicle because it's already broken records and it's going to be coming to the United States real soon. In this video, we're going to get a detailed tour of this vehicle by the designers, and we're going to give you a lot of insight into something that is truly unique and brand new to the United States. Now, Audi already has massive wheels on the regular Q8. I mean, they're 22-inch, but check these out. These are 23-inch. And the cool part is they've built a vehicle that is able to deal with this extra size and extra width, despite the fact that it is, well, pretty cool looking on the street, right? I mean, that is something that really you would expect to see inside a showroom, and more importantly, inside the LA Auto Show, not on an actual production car. Now, one of the things that Audi told me was the fact that this vehicle broke some serious records in Germany, and they're going to tell you all about it. But when you're behind it, that's when you realize that you're actually behind a proper performance vehicle. Look at the exhaust. That's awesome. Now, I know it's a bit of a gimmick, but it's a cool gimmick. Audi already has fun little light shows on their regular vehicles, but this RS-Q8 actually has a unique light dance when the vehicle starts up. Frameless doors, guys. It's actually really cool. Once you get inside, you see this. Look at this. This is green stitching. It is so cool. The overall layout is very similar to an Audi Q8, but then you start seeing things that are unique, and that is including the RS mode right here. There's 8 modes for this vehicle in terms of performance, and the RS mode right here gives you the 2 modes, so you can immediately hit the button and go to the highest level capable performance mode at the push of a button immediately. Now, on top of everything else, you also have this virtual cockpit and these 2 screens. It's a nice combination because everything here, when you shut it down, is nice and uniform, but when you fire it up, it's like being on the deck of a spaceship. It's actually really cool looking.
Hey everybody, Steve here. So there's one thing Nathan missed and I want to show you guys. It's these unique RS screens. So this is going to show you your G's when you're out on the track. This is vehicle temp, so it'll show you your differential temp, your transmission fluid, your actual brake rotor temp, and then your oil and your coolant, so you can make sure everything is in temperature range. Now, this one is actually even cooler. So not only will it tell you your tire pressures, it will also, again, tell you the tire temperature. So it will tell you if you have one tire that's hotter than the others. That's definitely pretty cool. And then finally, and honestly, this is almost more of an off-road screen. You have an inclinometer to show all your different angles, and you even have GPS coordinates right there. You have your altitude, and like I said, this is what you'd find in a lot of off-road vehicles, but Audi offers it here too in the RS Q8.
Now, this is indeed a unique vehicle, not just because of the way it looks, but because of what's under the hood and the suspension package, and we have somebody who's going to take us around and show us exactly what I'm talking about.
So why don't you tell us what's under the hood of this beautiful RS Q8 right here?
Well, the RS Q8 contains a V8 engine with a 600 horsepower. That's 591 in the US, and a torque of 800 Newton meters, which means an acceleration of 3.8 seconds from 0 to 60 miles.
Wow. And what's the transmission?
The transmission is an 8-step transmission. It's a GSG, an S-tronic, so very fast shifting and very smooth in the everyday usability.
Cool. And I understand this has set records on the Nordschleife. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, all our RS cars are tested on the Nordschleife. This is the ultimate duration tests. And of course, our race drivers also do a setup. And in that process, this car achieved really a record with a 742 at the Nordschleife, which means it was really faster than most of the race cars there.
Wow. So now we can walk back a little bit and maybe you could talk about the driving dynamics and then the suspension.
So if you talk about 591, from the power, of course, this needs an adequate drivetrain. So we are rolling on 23-inch wheels, and we have a ceramic braking system with 440mm diameter at the front. The driving dynamics is really awesome. So we have an RS-specific air suspension with a special kinematic there, and an all-wheel steering combined with a Quattro Sport drivetrain. This means an ultimate driving agility. Well, the RS models always feature design which follows function. So we start with the big air intakes because the engine needs a lot of air. And we have those widened wheel arches, 10mm at the front, 5mm at the back, which is also for the enhanced stance of the car. That means ultimate RS performance with a brilliant design, which is finished up to the rear with a rooftop spoiler. Yeah, and as you're used to also for the RS models, we have those big oval exhaust end pipes, and you see a lot of carbon fiber out there with a big diffuser. And of course, for the aerodynamics, also a rooftop spoiler, which has a specific design for the RS Q8. And that is a special one. You might know it, it's about the IMSA GTO, and it's a reminiscence to all those historic models, especially for the RS Q8. US price is not finished yet, and we're gonna hit the market with the RS Q8 by mid of next year. So be prepared, because this beast will roll the streets.
Really important question. What is your favorite part of this vehicle?
To be honest, it's about the reminiscence to the IMSA GTO, because it's exactly that part that gives the car a real width, and it's a really cool reminiscence to former race times, and combined with those oval exhaust pipes and that big diffuser, it gives a nice shape.
Thank you so much for your time. This was
Pleasure.
exciting, and
Yeah.
I am honored to have a chance to take a look at this thing, and I cannot wait to drive it. For the Fastlane Car, this is Nathan. We'll see you next time.